Yo, what's going on, everybody? So today I want to have a conversation that is going to trigger some people. It's going to be highly controversial in my opinion, but it's one that we absolutely need to have the conversation about. And so I want to just go ahead and ask right now, is Jigen actually stronger than Kaguya? Now I know just the thought of this even being a possibility triggers a lot of people. It triggers a lot of people because for whatever reason people feel as if once we got to the end of the Naruto series that the power scaling shouldn't have continued to escalate. There should be no one stronger than Madara. There should be no one stronger than Ten Tails Obito, Jinchuriki Madara, let alone even Kaguya. And so with that being said, if you're an anime only viewer, unfortunately this is the time of the month. As you guys know, when a chapter comes out, I tend to have a few spoiler heavy videos that deal with a lot of the content that happens in the manga chapter, stuff that I didn't fully go over in the chapter review, or stuff that, you know, definitely needs to be discussed as a part of the community. So if you want to read the Boruto manga and get caught up, which I highly recommend doing, I would highly advise you to consider checking out the Shonen Jump app. They have a Manga Plus app, which is hands down, it's a bargain. I spent a few $100s over the years buying the Naruto manga as they were being released, and you can get the whole Naruto manga collection as well as everything else Shonen Jump has ever released for $1.99 a month. So you could read the 35 chapters of Boruto and then get caught up and join in on this Boruto greatness. So with that being said, I do want to say it's not a sponsorship. I just believe in promoting the official release. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into this discussion. Oh, dude, so I really got to thinking about this when I was rereading the chapter, and this is what made me think about it, right? Sasuke is a guy who has seen a lot of powerful people in his lifetime. Sasuke's seen overpowered people. Like Madara shoved Sasuke's own sword inside of Sasuke and killed him. Like Madara was damn near about to kill this dude until Kabuto Poppins showed up and got his Mary Poppins on and injected some Senju DNA into this guy, and then all of a sudden he gets touched by the creepy grandpa sage, get a shiny new eye, and Sasuke comes back to life and even more powerful than ever before. And even after seeing that, and after seeing Jinchuriki Madara, after seeing Jinchuriki Obito, after fighting against Naruto, after surviving, keyword, surviving a battle with Kaguya, after fighting Fused Momoshiki, who in the anime version, you could argue Fused Momoshiki might very well be a little bit more powerful than Kaguya. It really just depends on where you scale him at. But here's what's crazy, right? Here's what's crazy. Despite all this stuff that Sasuke sensed before, he gets a whiff of Jigen's power. And listen to what I said, a whiff of Jigen's power, because I don't think we saw Jigen's full form at that point, because there's a lot of stuff that we have to take in consideration. Like the number one thing, like he didn't absorb all the chakra, the Jubi. He only absorbed a small portion of, just like how Naruto only has a small portion of the chakra from each of the other Biju. So again, Sasuke's seen a bunch of crazy stuff. He's been in the presence of the Sage of Six Paths, and yet he senses Jigen's power and pisses himself. We gotta have this conversation. Is Jigen more powerful than Kaguya? And in order to fully understand this, I really wish I had finished doing the True Power of Kaguya Otsutsuki video, something I've been working on for about 2 weeks now. Like, I really wish I had finished this before the chapter came out. I didn't expect the type of stuff that we got in this chapter because I was thinking we wouldn't see Sasuke for another 2 months in the Boruto manga. So I thought I had some time. Good lord. Like, Kaguya is stupidly powerful. And when people say, well, Naruto and Sasuke beat her, right, they sealed her away. They never beat her. When we start looking in terms of sheer power, you can make a very, very strong argument that Kaguya was actually stronger than Naruto and Sasuke when she was fighting them. You can make a very strong argument to that. And the reason why I say that is, I mean, she has feats like creating dimensions that have their own stars inside of them. Like, Kaguya is stupidly overpowered. The only thing that was really holding her back is Kaguya is not a fighter. She's just really powerful. A great way to put this, Kaguya is like that dude who, she gets in the gym, she starts bench pressing, has that huge chest, has some real thick legs, has some big bulging biceps, but she don't know how to use that muscle in a fight. And the thing is like when she hits you, she gets a solid hit on you, she might mess around and kill you, but she's not getting the full maximization of her power. It's the same thing. She's not trained to fight like Naruto and Sasuke are. Whereas when you look at Jigen, and then you look at what he did when he trained Kawaki, Jigen clearly knows how to use that power. Jigen is clearly somebody who knows how to fight. And I mean, this is the thing, like we've seen on a small level, okay? This dude's able to basically rewrite reality. We've seen him be able to look at a table that's destroyed and remanifest it in the wall that got destroyed with the snap of a finger. Like, I'm not saying that's like some Mistopidalic stuff that you see in DC Comics, that's a fifth dimensional character. I'm not saying it's on a level like that, but we're seeing some absurd power levels from Jigen, and this is all casual stuff. Now, I know somebody's gonna point out, oh, well, Kawaki sensed Naruto going into his QB chakra mode with the Sage of Six Paths stuff and everything, and he sensed everything and said, oh, this guy might be as strong as Jigen. Keyword, he might be as strong. Like, Kawaki has sensed a suppressed Naruto in his most powerful form more than once. Naruto was in his Sage of Six Paths mode with the QB chakra mode stacked on top of it. He didn't have pigmentation around his eyes. He had the horizontal toad slats and the vertical fox slits. He had all the stuff that shows that he was in that Sage of Six Paths mode with the QB mode chakra stacked on top of it. Kawaki sensed everything from Naruto. He had enough peace of mind to say, yeah, he's in complete control over this battle with Delta. He sensed all of that. Then if you go back to his initial statement, he said, yeah, he might be as strong as Jigen. And when you look at what Delta was saying and you look at what all the other members of Car, like they're lining up, they're pulling straws at the thought of being able to kill Hokage Naruto. And Delta is being talked at like she's the weakest member out of all the Car members who are in that inner circle with Jigen. So when you start looking at all that information and you look at the fact that Jigen is the leader, he's got to be stupidly overpowered. And if we start taking into account the possibility that he might be either an Otsutsuki vessel, that he might be an Otsutsuki, maybe a descendant of one. This dude, like the possibility for him to be overpowered is completely through the roof, especially if he absorbs more of that chakra from the Jubi that he has trapped. Like, I want to put something else into perspective for you guys, okay? Like, look at this. Like, in Naruto Shippuden, everybody made a huge fuss over the Ten Tails. They started a war to prevent the Ten Tails revival. Jigen casually has the Ten Tails pinned down in a cage. Like, Jigen literally has the Ten Tails in a cage the same way I put my dog in a crate when I get ready to go to work. That's absolutely absurd that this dude has that level of power like that he can just get in the face of the Ten Tails that tries to eat him. It snaps its mouth at Jigen, and Jigen basically looks at him like, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere before I smack something sideways into you. Like, the fact that Jigen's on that level of power level, I mean, that doesn't bode well for Sasuke given his current situation. And then when you start looking at it from a storytelling perspective, let's just be real here for a second, all right? Like, I could probably make the argument, oh, you know, Jigen might be slightly stronger than Kaguya. Depends on where you put Fused Momoshiki. You know, some of the lore has Momoshiki being stronger than Kaguya, and Naruto and Sasuke with less than 50% of their chakra in the anime were able to slap this dude around. They had an unspecified amount of chakra taken in the Boruto movie, and they slapped around Fused Momoshiki even worse than they did in the anime. So when you start taking all that different things into account, I mean, if you put Fused Momoshiki higher and then you put Jigen at that same level, and it's okay, Naruto and Sasuke probably slap him. But this is the thing about shonens. Shonen have that hardcore trope. It always happens. The next villain is always stronger than the one before. And the fact that we're seeing Jigen rewrite reality damn near with the snap of a finger, and he does so casually, doesn't look like it exhausts him in any type of way, that should have been the first sign that we're dealing with somebody stupidly, and I'm gonna repeat, stupidly overpowered. And it could be something that is similar to Naruto's yin yang ability, to where he can basically touch Might Guy, stop the 8th gate from killing him, where he can touch Kakashi's eye and recreate Kakashi and give him a new eye. I mean, this could be something similar in that vein, and if he's got some Otsutsuki clan connections, this damn near could kind of confirm all of that. But I want to ask you guys, this. Do you think it's a good idea to even go down this path? Do you think Jigen needs to be this powerful? Or do you think that they're making a mistake by making this character this strong? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.